we are excited to be working in a number of cities, and I'll make a little plug for Cleveland because I'm going to Cleveland next week, and really excited to see their mayor, Mayor Bibb, make a commitment to building 50 miles of bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure by the end of 2027, launching the Cleveland Streets Coalition in support of that work.
I'm talking to sort of like the Kyle of 20 years ago, right? Who was sitting in a bicycle shop wondering why we can't have nice things in Memphis. And I would just say, we've been there. We know what you're going through. And it doesn't have to be that way. And we can do all of this. We don't have to become experts at building bicycle lanes. We don't have to be experts at planning. Really what we have to do is have a commitment to people, have a commitment to building relationships with people. And that will take us much, much further than getting an engineering license and trying to sort of figure out a better way to manage the implementation. And I think it's really important to sort of think about that the situation is not who has the best bike plan, who has the biggest bank account to fund the work, who's building the most innovative types of infrastructure, who has the best engagement strategy. Like all of that, at the end of the day, doesn't really matter, we found. It's really about how well do these groups know what's going on? How well are they able to support each other? And are they working together towards that common goal?
I would just add like an example is one city where we had pretty supportive staff and we had community engagement, and the mayor was kind of meh, like she wasn't against it, but wasn't really for it. And we were able to really get her on board because the other two the city staff were able to kind of bolster them. And then we were able to really get those community organizations, individuals out in support to give her 100% props every time she came out for an activation event. And it became, in 2 years, a difference from her being kind of like, it's fine, to actively running a re-election campaign as this is part of it, her support for their accelerated goal. And
I think that's important for the success of our mobility program. It's important for us to sort of think about holistically as a country in terms of the turmoil that's happening, the uncertainty around sort of funding and programs and government. What does it all mean? I think it's fundamental to listen and to sort of like sit with an understanding that there's actually way more in common than separates us. And that's what actually makes all of this possible. It's what is going to make progress actually possible, not just for mobility, but for all of the other issues that our communities face.